Hey, it's Greg Burdine, Pastor of Faith Baptist Church. Hope you're having a good Monday, the beginning of the week. A lot of people are gone on spring break. A lot of kids are gone for spring break. Maybe you're gone somewhere else, but we hope you're having a good week. This is the last week before full week before we start what they call the Passion Week. Next Sunday is Palm Sunday, and then we have Palm Sunday, and we continue on, and Good Friday, and then we have Easter. So just less than 2 weeks now until Easter time. So get ready. Jesus is going to die for us and rise again. We're going to remember that great event that happened over 2,000 years ago. But I want to kind of follow up on my sermon this past week on the perfect sacrifice, the sacrifice that Jesus made. These first 18 verses in Hebrews chapter 10. I'm going to look at the very first verse. And I want you to notice because the writer of Hebrews is comparing what we have with the gospel of Jesus, with what they had in the Old Testament. And he's comparing the two. And the Old Testament was a good system, as I've called it, but we have the best system. It was a system of laws and of sacrifices, but we have openness. Our salvation is secure. So, and he kind of hones in on it here in the first verse. It says, the first verse of chapter 10 of Hebrews, "For the law, having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offer year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect." The law was a shadow of what would eventually come. And it was never designed to be the finished product. It was designed to point us to what is really there, the reality. The law was the shadow. Jesus is the reality. The law gives some ideas of what Jesus is going to be like, that he'll take away sin, that he'll provide access, and it did it in a limited way. But now we have the full feature. I'm sure you've seen shadows. You see a shadow, and shadows point us that there is a reality that's there. Something is causing the shadow. But shadows can't touch you. Shadows can't hurt you. Shadows have no, it's weird. They don't have any body. They're just there. We just know they're there. They're there so that we can know something that's real. And the law pointed to Jesus. Jesus is the real thing. And some people are too busy with the shadows and not letting the shadows point them to the reality. And going after religion and all these other things, those are all good, but Jesus is the substance. God was preparing them for something better, for someone better. And to try to live in the shadows, which is what these Hebrew people were trying to do at this time, and miss the substance is one of the biggest mistakes. They were like the trailer of a movie. And you see the movie and you maybe see a few of the highlights, but you don't see the whole thing. You see bits and pieces of it. It's to entice you to go see the whole movie. And that's what they should have done, but they missed it. You and I, we have the full feature movie. We have the substance because we have Jesus. And so the question we ask is, are you living in the shadows or are you living in the substance of Jesus Christ? Let all these religious things bring you to Jesus. Your relationship with Jesus is the most important thing that you can have because it gives you eternal life. Lord, help me rest in the reality of you, in your finished work.